Hi, the TAKful Creator here. Okay, let's get started. May God the Creator bless us. May God the Redeemer heal us. May God the Holy Spirit enlighten us. Give us eyes to see, ears to hear, and hands to do the work of God. Feet to walk the path of justice and mouths to preach the good news. May the angel of peace, prosperity, love, abundance, guidance, grace, calmitude, and peace watch over us again and lead us to the reign of God. Ashe. So let's see. Yeah, the energy is interesting. So we have some kind of elective surgery, beach or ocean, which has to do with emotions, somebody cooking something, and coming up with tools and resources in order to go through what they're cooking up, right? And it has everything to do with this devil energy that's going to be returned to sender, because it's not necessary for the higher vibrational beings, because this, as we can see already placed on the board, this reading is geared toward the chosen ones remaining tranquil, calm, and serene by letting whatever injustices find its own balance and its own justice. Okay, so just know, by you sitting there in your tranquility, in your calmitude, as I was speaking on earlier, this devil energy that is in preparation will automatically be returned to sender. Okay, there's some kind of cops involved. Now, this could mean that the cops could be called, or that the cops need to be called. So, let's see. Can you show me yes, divine? Thank you. Can you show me no? Thank you. And now we're on the right track. Much appreciated. Whoa, what is going on? Okay, so there's a lot of energies here. We're going to try to do this again, okay? Hi, divine. Okay. Are there trickster energies here? Demonic energies? No, but there's some kind of sporadicness. Okay, sporadicness is happening, and that's the reason why the extra gems are doing so much revolution. It is like the ethereal realm is circulating these chosen ones at this point to ward off any imminent threats or any imminent danger. Okay, are the police involved in this? No. Okay, well, did we calibrate properly? Show me yes, please. Thank you. Show me no. Thank you. And that we're on the right track. Much appreciated. Okay. So are the police involved in this? No. Do the police need to be involved in this? Yes. Is this a physical altercation? Someone hacking accounts? No. Someone stealing someone's information? No. But there's some kind of verbal argument that is so, what's a good word? Explosive, that the police will be called based on sound alone. Okay, but the devil energy is returned to sender, that, you know, you don't have to, period, is done. You don't have to worry about that. Okay, so make a wish, there's meal prep, and I think this is more so that instead of saying like make a wish to the divine and say like protection, you know, make sure that the meal doesn't do what it does, I'm getting more like someone's going to reward you with food. So figure out what you want to eat, and you will be rewarded with that type of food. The divine is orchestrating that. You're welcome. Okay, maybe you're going on a date, something that's after midnight, maybe going on a date. Maybe you're just extremely hungry and someone's going to bless you, or maybe you're following such a narrow light that at the end of that light, or while you're on that route, you're getting little pick-me-ups, and one of the pick-me-ups is one of your favorite meals, type of thing. Okay, something about straight hair being thick and fine, and then it also not being thick and fine. Okay, so symbolically, hair is power, hair is strength, and hair is wisdom. So it being thick and fine just means that there's consistency there. There's this tranquil, balanced nature here. There is control, personal control, in a way that's graceful and humble. Okay, it being thick means that they have that power over a multitude of things. It's not just they have that power over their career. They have that power over their family members or friend group, social life. No, they have that power in all facets of their being. That's why it's thick. Okay, if it was just fine hair, it would mean that they are understanding their power and refining it so that it is healthy and in line with their authentic self. But the thickness is how they're able to use that power, where they're able to use that power, how often, how frequent. Okay, something about a homicide. Are we talking about like a physical homicide, first, second, or third degree? Yeah. Okay, so somebody wants somebody to kill, die, be killed or die. Great. Is this they want the chosen energy to kill / die after the witching hour? Okay, so let's see. We're going to put that up over here because there's a kill / die sandwich that's happening, and I'm sure the cards behind it would give more representation to what each card means, so I'll get into that momentarily. Alright, so then we have an infant born in new months and shopping stores. So are we talking about an infant that is already here? No, we're talking about an infant that's in, like it says, in the coming months. It's incubating presently. Okay, so people are starting to get their finances in order to begin shopping for said little ones. And with all that yelling in the background, I think, yes, it's little ones plural. So I guess if you already have a kid, you're going to have to shower them with presents just like this new one. Or maybe you're having twins or triplets or something like that. Congratulations. Your family room is increasing. Some kind of teacher or professor, some kind of educator here. And it's important for this teacher, professor, this, I'm gauging chosen energy, to start seeing the traditions of their cultural backing, the traditions of their specific family unit, and weed out what didn't work well. Okay, the only traditions you need to continue are the traditions that you saw work. That's how we move in the collective now. And then purge the emotions that you've held on to because those traditions didn't work, or those behavioral styles that people taught you didn't work, or the treatment you received didn't work. Cleanse this energy, release it, and that could mean in the form of crying, having an herb bath, or salt bath, or incense bath, praying, everything except confiding in another person. The guides definitely want me to make that known. Okay, your healing process needs to be internal. You reworking this family tradition, this family dynamic that you grew up in, has to be completely personal. Do not ask anyone their feedback or their input. If they give it to you, accept it, because that may be the divine offering you additional information. Otherwise, do not go and seek it. Okay, so there's some kind of slump / gone nap time. So this chosen energy needs to rest, especially if there's a baby on board and it's incubating, or babies on board and they're incubating. Okay, so definitely rest up. Okay, you are moving in your chosen light as a person, a caregiver of children, but also a caregiver of the elderly. So you are the type that has multiple generations in your family. So the new ones that you're bringing in most likely will be influenced by the generations, plural, that have brought you up, because it's the caregiver of elderly is not just your parents. It would be your grandparents, depending on what your age is. And this reading is specifically for 18 plus, right? You can be under 18 and still understand this information, but the purpose is for those that the government will give responsibility to, i.e. a parent of kids. If you would have to take on that responsibility, that's who I'm speaking to right now. I'm not encouraging anyone under the age of personal maturity to have children, okay? But if you're already in the seat, just know that it's generational. Your kids are going to have multiple facets of life to learn from firsthand, not giving down the stories, trickling down in cultural and traditional values, but firsthand. So because they get that firsthand information, it is your prerogative, it's important to you to see what you want for your family dynamic going forward, your legacy, and then push that. Okay, no matter what anybody else says about it. Why? Because everyone's going to assume you're out without a paddle, even though you've had the personal training with how they've treated you. You know what I mean? How you grew up with them. You've gained the personal experience of knowing which cultural or traditional or behavioral experiences harm or help people. Okay, so you might have to fight off a few people who go a different way than you do. There might be a physical fire that could compromise your health, so be aware of that. But I'm gauging here more like, if you articulate more about what you want for your legacy, everyone else is going to know exactly what to put a match to. Okay? There's some kind of arrested development that's in that cultural line. You were able to see it as a chosen person. That's why you were chosen. You were able to see it. You were in the Sagittarius energy, where you knew the fire that was needed is the fire to invoke change, the fire to create, the fire to destroy what no longer suits you. Okay, so that's that Sagittarius energy that's here, right? But you weren't, being one of the youngest growing up, if there's multiple generations in your family that are still here and thriving, just know that you weren't able to show this light, express this light, cultivate and grow this light. You weren't able to. They didn't allow you to because of your rank. But now that you are creating, this newfoundness to the family, it is your right. And honestly, so important for you to do, to shine this light on the next generation. So even if the other generations are there and express other cultural, behaviors or religious behaviors or ideas, fears, etc., those kids, or your kids rather, have discernment at such a young age that they know what doesn't align with what their family dynamic is. Okay? And then they'll be able to, I wouldn't say play the fence, but they'll be able to give a certain facade in front of those family members so that they feel respected, but they'll be able to still know who they are moving in the 3D world. Okay, so this is the time where children are able to see spirits, have friends, imaginary friends, and hear voices sometimes, or hear their name being called and no one calls them. Like, their gifts are so heightened and magnified because their innocence ties them to the ethereal realm. It helps them access the 5D a lot easier than those that are jaded and world weary. Okay, so that's the whole point of staying quote unquote like a kid forever, a mature, evolved kid forever, so that you can always tap into the 5D realm to pull in the prosperity and abundance, to attract that prosperity and abundance firsthand. You're literally putting your hand in the cookie jar and taking a cookie out, opposed to you asking some person to call some vendor to deliver some shipment at this location at this day with this price, and the money will be sent by mail, and all this extraness. No, you are the creator of the cookies. So you just go in, get the cookie, you're done. It's easy. Okay, so let's see what our ancestors want the chosen energy to know about what's happening presently, because all of what we said is what's happening in the future for this chosen one. Okay, what they're looking forward to. And the future is not next year, 2 years from now. It seems like the future is less than 9 months from now, 10 months from now. So if that's the case, then what is happening right now that you have to be aware of, so that all these blessings that are meant to unfold in the next 9 months can unfold properly, right? Gracefully, lovingly, healthily type of thing. Okay, so from our left to right, we have kill, die, guilty. So someone who needs to go to the dentist is wanting someone dead? No. Someone who is going to the dentist is the chosen energy? No. Okay. So we have the person who needs to go to the dentist is a separate energy here. This separate energy wants to kill him, I'm getting a him too. It's a masculine energy, okay? I don't know if he's in his masculine energy. Is he in his masculine energy? No. It's a masculine in his feminine energy, right? Who wants to commit some kind of suicide because he feels so guilty of whatever crime he committed. And I'm guessing this crime is against a chosen person. Does this crime have to do with physical death? No, this is how he wants himself to be treated because of his poor actions, okay? Something about homelessness. Did he wish homelessness on the chosen? No, he is homeless. He's hopeless and homeless. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean like he doesn't have a physical home. Does he have a physical home? Yes. It means that the home that he lives in is a house. The energy that he wants to fill it, that would make him feel whole, that would make him feel warm and fuzzy, is not present. Okay. So whatever house, whatever area or environment this masculine is in, he feels hopeless. And so in essence, his home is not there. His home is not within himself, and his home is not around him. He's homeless in theory, but not physically. Okay, we're not wishing any physical homelessness on anyone. All right, but there's going to be some kind of celebration. Some celebration that seems like a scam. No, there's a celebration that can only happen if a scam happens. How does that? Okay, hold on. I'm going to make sense of this. So there's a celebration that is imminent, but the celebration that is forthcoming, the chosen energy isn't aware of. The celebration is only a celebration because this energy is manipulating something. But we don't know yet what this energy is manipulating. So when this energy is approached to you, it's not going to seem like a scam. It's going to seem like a divine fated occurrence, which we have in the reverse here. But it's not. This person orchestrated it. Why? Because they were following their intuition. Instead of letting the divine orchestrate it, the divine put them up to the test to see if they were going to go out and do exactly what was meant for them, what is called for them. Because this is not only a divine mission for this person to get out their feelings, right? It's a divine mission to see if they can be a high vibrational being in the collective. It's a divine mission to see if they can be one with this chosen energy. They can't be around this chosen energy unless they're also chosen. So this is a divine test to see if they're chosen. Because the chosen, they don't need the divine to create an opportunity. The divine created them to pass whatever intervals, whatever tests, whatever hurdles that came their way. Like the contract that they signed, to pass the contract so that they can be a physical beacon in this 3D matrix. You know how hard it is for a spirit to move something when it doesn't have an arm to move it? Well, when the spirit is able to move through a high vibrational being, is able to create and move things and embellish things, make things grander and better physically a lot quicker than the spiritual realm can do at times. Okay, so let's say the spiritual realm wants two people to be together. Well, they need to create multiple environments of multiple people getting on the same footing, right? In order for these two to cross paths at this random store. You know how many people are in that store? You know how many people are in that store all day? For a customer to meet the love of their life that is a cashier. Can you imagine how long that cashier had to work there in order for that to happen? For them to just magically cross paths that one day. Okay? Instead of you seeing someone frequent every single day. And since you started working there, you noticed them. The divine can create a whole nother experience to where you can meet them at a different store and be with your soul partner, or you can find the initiative to speak to that individual because the opportunity is there. It's just whether or not you're going to grasp that opportunity. Okay? And it's the same thing with helping, doing charitable works, helping those in need, helping the less fortunate. But in order to do that, you have to be in full union with yourself. And a lot of the time, it could mean being in union with your divine counterpart. Okay? And I think that's the story that is bubbling up over here with the guiding light. Remaining tranquil and calm, because this is what's imminent, right? This is what is impending. It's not 100% grand and awesome, right? Because there's look at this energy that we're starting off with. But that energy is necessary to catapult this person into their chosen energy. Okay, what's the quickest way up a ladder? Being skyrocketed up the ladder. That's kind of what's happening here. Okay, but on this other imbalance side, right? And I would say imbalance. I have an imbalance card, but are we talking about imbalanceness? No. When we talk about imbalance, it is strategic. The balance is being removed so that people can appreciate the balance. Aha! The balance is still there. You know how quickly you can get back to a balanced state. The difference is the divine is stopping that so that you can feel what needs to be felt. This feeling will help you be more appreciative and show gratitude so that this alignment can be. But this alignment can't be because we have this energy over here. What is this? Well, we have a homicide. First degree, second, some suicidal thoughts and ideation. So for this masculine energy, there's two ways that they can go about this. They could be calm, cool, collected and do what their intuition is telling them. Or they can ride the rails and ignore the intuition. If they ignore the intuition, what happens? Possible homicide because of suicidal ideations, expensive recompense, maybe medical bills, or physical retribution for an outburst that caused irreparable damage. Example, let's say someone was upset and they took a bat and hit the TV. Well, how much does a TV cost? Well, you would have to purchase a new TV of equal or greater value to replace whatever was lost. That's expensive, right? Why is it expensive instead of costly? Because it wasn't necessary. You had a whole TV there that you have to shell out all this additional money for that wasn't warranted if you kept your emotions in check. But because you did not keep your emotions in check, now you have to spend money you wouldn't have to spend, that you would rather spend on other things, now on this frivolous thing that just needs to be corrected. Terrible. Okay. Ooh, and why was this energy even, why is this expensive energy even, at the forefront? Because someone's whiteness was turned off. That's what we mean by having an emotional outburst. Maybe this person is usually calm, cool, and collected, but in this moment, they could not keep their emotions in check. And a lot of unhealed or unresolved issues bubbled up at the same time, and the only way to get some kind of freeance is taking off a mask and very maybe calmly or quietly affecting this one item. And they know that, paying for this one item is a lot easier than the family paying for a funeral service. This is where that suicidal ideation is maybe pushed aside. Okay? Because there's light beings around them, protecting their mental and emotional psyche. Okay? There's a baby girl. Okay, so we talked about this chosen energy in the beginning having some kind of child. So now we know that this energy will have a baby girl. Confirmation. Now, what's the difference between this side and this side? So one will have a baby girl, yes, and this one's having kids, plural. Yes. Okay. So I guess it's the difference between maybe I don't want to say a karmic child, but a child that will teach the parents a lot of lessons that they didn't learn prior to having the child. That's what this side is. But on this tranquil, calm, serene side, it is relinquishing the baggage, the toxicity, so that you're able to have fruitful children that offer you development, it's requiring a lot less time to get to the goal on this end than it would be on this end. Same things are happening, but this one has a very long time period attached to it. And it's like, which one is the chosen energy involved with? These two energies are the same person. They don't know which side they're going to choose, but the chosen energy has to deal with either side regardless if there's a baby involved, okay? So then we have beware of candle magic, which could mean the baby that's being born, people are viewing it in a negative light. It's not of love, it's not of anything positive, it's of deception, it's of manipulation. And because of that, this baby is born from that. People are using that against the energy of the kid. How does this manifest? Okay, let me say it simpler. If you know a teenage parent was having a child, you would keep chastising them about the age that they chose to be promiscuous and how they had the whole life ahead of them, and all of these things that would, in a sense, make them feel bad about something that's supposed to be a beautiful process. Unfortunately, that child is taking in all that energy. Even if you're not in the space of that teenage parent, they're still taking in that energy, and they're going to be born into that energy. It's going to be in their genetic coding. So there's a part of that child that will go to school, that will go and be in life, that would have to deal with that same problem, because so many people threw that energy when the baby was being conceived or before the baby was conceived. Okay, that's where we talk about karma, the karmic child, because they have to erase the karma of generations before them that are still living. They just didn't want to learn their lesson, type of thing. And in order for the parent to learn the lesson, they have to learn it through the child. And that's unfair to children. Okay, let them be a beacon to those that are already here. Let's not create more. Okay. No, I'm not telling you to abort any kid, but if the kid is still in the oven, right, you do your best to push so much positive energy. All that negativity that's thrown at you, heal that. Heal it while that kid is there, because then that kid will be born knowing in its genetic code how to heal. So whatever that kid faces in life, they know how to fix it. That is the ultimate present you can give to anyone in life. Anyone, anybody, anything. A way to fix their own issues. Okay? So beware of this candle magic, because the 3D is experiencing some kind of shift, some kind of delay. Alright? But just know that delay is because you're not tapping into your spiritual side. You're not calling on the divine, knowing the divine is there, believing in the divine. There's so much doubt. There's so much separation from the spiritual on this side. So how can you do the right things if the person or the entity, the energy that would tell you the right way, you can't hear or see or experience enough to listen to? You have to create the environment for yourself. Be open to divine guidance. Be open to the spiritual connection, so that, here we go, complications. So that, complications with a computer and Mac. Okay, before, let me just say it. So that you don't have to deal with extra issues, additional problems, more karmic lessons before this baby is born. Now that I say that, let's talk about this computer or Mac. Let's talk about the complications that may arise. That reciprocation is necessary. What reciprocation? Like, is someone hacking somebody's computer? Someone's trying to find information on them, trying to find locations, trying to figure out, so maybe there's a separation between the chosen and this individual, this masculine. There's some kind of separation, and so in order for them to bridge the gap, they have to figure out all of these deceptive ways, manipulative ways to contact the chosen energy. Okay, so I'm getting that someone's blocked. Someone's blocked. Their energy is cloaked. So if it's not physically blocked, it could be like their energy is cloaked, like maybe the text messages are not going through normally they would go through, things are not working like they normally do, like technology is not suiting people. That is because the divine is orchestrating it. The divine is protecting the chosen energy from dealing with this imbalance, unjustness, instead of dealing with this calm, tranquil, intuitive, honest, truthful energy that's on this side that may have to manipulate a few things, but that's because the divine was showing them the way, opposed to the manipulation on this side, because they're not seeing that reciprocation is given. They're not seeing that the energy they're putting out, they're receiving. So because of that, they're going to force the energy to transfer. Okay, that's not going to, that's not going to work. Complications are going to arise. That's not going to work. It's not going to work. Why? Because of this imbalance Capricorn energy. Because we're not saying that, this person is in their devil light. No. We're saying that this person is toying with like low vibrational thoughts and low vibrational actions and low vibrational feelings that could be from an energetic attack, a demonic attack, an entity attack. The only way to protect themselves is to heighten their vibration, but here we are at this homicide, suicidal thoughts. That's low vibrational, okay? So this, I wouldn't even say devil energy, but this torment energy is going to circulate around them probably until the baby's born if they don't get it together. So let's figure out right now what this government authorities, chiropractor and spa, so government authorities, meaning there's going to be some kind of legality that has to be shown. What's a legality? A birth certificate. That is basically like your first license in life. Okay, and then the chiropractor or spa, it's getting your body right, getting your mind right, really calming down and assuring that your body is adjusted for an easygoing and graceful birth. Okay, because if the kid is born in chaos, the kid is going to experience so much more chaos in life. But if the kid is born in peace, then the kid would be able to emanate and be that peace, understand it at a frequency that is so pure that it would develop subconsciously in life, and they can bless so many people being a part of the collective. But that only can happen if the parents do the work now. Okay, so parents, if you hear me, do the work now. All right. I'm gonna be nosy. Is this masculine going to be on this side? No, he's gonna end up being on this side. But the reason why this hasn't happened yet is because this is what they're toying with. No, this is what they were toying with. So whatever separation that has already happened is because of this. But just know, everything is moving into this tranquil, calm, serene energy that's going to bring so much life and blessings for, I guess, everyone, including the new ones, and maybe if you have other kids, the other ones too, in this new family dynamic that we're seeing. Okay, so many miracles, abundance, prosperity. I wish you the best of luck, and I'll see you soon. Until the next